Your cat is waiting. Not for food, not for a toy, not for anything you can buy or order or download. They are waiting for you to understand something. Something nobody told you when you brought them home. Something most owners spend years, sometimes an entire lifetime, never discovering. These 7 things will not take long. They will not cost much. But once you start doing them, actually doing them consistently, starting today, you will watch your cat become a different animal in front of you. Calmer, more connected, more trusting, more fully themselves. Stay until number 1, because number 1 is the thing that changes everything else on this list. And it is the one most owners never try because they do not realize it is missing. Let's go. Number 7, stop feeding the same food every single day. Picture this. Same bowl, same smell, same texture, same flavor, every single meal, every single day for years. That is what millions of cats experience, and their owners think they are being consistent and responsible. They are actually creating an invisible problem. When a cat eats the same protein source repeatedly over months and years, their digestive system becomes so narrowly calibrated to that one thing that introducing anything new triggers a reaction. Food intolerances develop quietly, allergies build slowly, and a cat with no variety in their diet has no flexibility, no adaptability, for the moments when life changes and their food has to change with it. Here is the part that stays with you. Cats who are rehomed after losing their owner, cats who end up in shelters or with friends or family, frequently stop eating entirely when the food changes. Not because they are being difficult, because their body has never learned to accept anything else. And the stress of loss combined with unfamiliar food sends them into a shutdown that can become medically dangerous within days. Variety is not a luxury, it is preparation. It is resilience built one meal at a time. Rotate proteins, add wet food if you have not. Move away from dry-only diets. Cats are desert animals who evolved to get moisture from prey, not from a bowl of pellets sitting on a kitchen floor. A cat on a dry-only diet is running a low-level hydration deficit every single day. More variety, more moisture, more years. Start this week. Number 6, spread your cat's world across the entire home. Most cat owners set everything up in one place. Food here, water right next to it. Litter box around the corner, cat bed nearby, everything contained, everything tidy, everything from a human perspective perfectly organized. From your cat's perspective, it is a disaster. Cats are territorial animals, not aggressive territorial. There is a difference. Their sense of security, their confidence, their psychological stability all come from feeling like they own the space they live in. And they express that ownership through scent, through the invisible markers they leave on beds and trees and posts and every surface they press their face or body against. Those marked spots are not just comfortable places to sit. They are territorial signposts. The cat version of walking through your home and seeing your whole life reflected back at you, the photos on the wall, the objects that hold meaning, the evidence that you exist here and this place is yours. When everything is crammed into one corner, your cat has one signpost, one tiny claimed area in a much larger space that their nervous system is quietly telling them they cannot fully own. Spread the resources. Cat trees in the rooms where life happens, not a separate cat room, not a corner nobody uses. The living room, the bedroom, the places where you are. Food and water separated on opposite sides of the room, ideally in different rooms entirely because cats instinctively do not trust water that sits near where prey has been. Multiple litter boxes in multiple locations following the simple formula, one per cat plus one extra. Give your cat a world to own, not a corner to occupy. Watch their confidence bloom when the whole home starts feeling like theirs. Number 5, fix the bowl right now today. This one will stop you, not because it is complicated, because it is so simple and so fixable, and so many cats are suffering from it quietly every single meal. Your cat's whiskers are not decorative. They are not just cute features that make their face look expressive. Each whisker is embedded in a follicle packed with nerve endings wired directly to the sensory cortex of their brain. They detect air movement, pressure changes, the width of a gap before a cat commits to passing through it. They are a precision sensory instrument. Now picture your cat eating from a standard round, deep food bowl. Their face goes down, their whiskers hit the sides, the nerve endings fire. Warning signals flood their sensory system, signals that were designed to say you are in a space that is too tight for your body, and your cat is receiving those signals at every single meal, multiple times a day, every day of their life. The signs are easy to miss. Your cat approaches the bowl and backs away, takes a few bites and stops, paws food out onto the floor and eats it there instead, seems picky about food you know they like. They are not being difficult. They are trying to eat without triggering a sensory alarm system and finding that their bowl makes it impossible. Wide, shallow, whisker-friendly, that is the bowl. A plate works. Any wide, shallow surface works. The solution costs almost nothing, and the cat who seemed finicky about food will often begin eating normally within the first meal. Fix the bowl. Number 4, change how you enter a room. This one is small, this one is everything. Think about how you greet your cat when you walk into a room where they are already sitting. Most people do one of two things. They walk past without acknowledging them, or they walk directly toward them, reach down, and start petting. Both of those approaches, the ignore, and the immediate touch. Skip something your cat has been waiting for you to learn since the day they arrived. Cats do not process the world through sight first. They process it through scent. Every interaction a cat has with another living creature begins at the nose. When two cats who trust each other greet, they touch noses first. That 2-second exchange is a full conversation. It says, "I know you, you are safe, we are still okay." When you skip that and go straight to touching, you are skipping the entire first chapter of how cats say hello. Try this instead. When you enter a room where your cat is, stop, lower yourself slightly, extend one finger, just one, held a few inches from their nose, and wait. Do not move toward them. Let them come to you. If they approach and press their nose to your finger, that is the green light. That is your cat saying, "I know you, you asked first, I appreciate that, now we can proceed." 2 seconds, one finger. Complete change in how your cat experiences your presence. Because a cat who is always asked before being touched becomes a cat who keeps choosing to be near you. They never learned they had to brace. They only ever learned that your hands come with permission first. Number 3, end every play session with a win. Most people think they know how to play with their cat. Most people are playing wrong. Not because they are doing something harmful, because they are leaving out the most important part. Here is the hunting sequence as a cat's brain runs it. Stalk, chase, pounce, catch, kill, eat. That sequence is a complete neurological loop. It starts with the sight of prey and it is designed to close with the physical and sensory satisfaction of catching. That closure is not optional. It is the moment the brain registers, the hunt is complete, I am capable, I am safe, the world works. When you play with your cat and then put the toy away before they catch it, when the session ends with the prey escaping, the loop stays open. The arousal does not discharge. And a cat who accumulates open loops becomes a cat who is subtly restless, subtly frustrated, subtly wound up in ways that show up as aggression, over-grooming, midnight zoomies, and redirected energy that has nowhere appropriate to go. Here is the fix. Every play session ends with a catch. A real catch, not a token tap of a toy being held still. Let them pounce. Let them grab. Let them hold it and perform the kill bite on it. Let the loop close completely. Then feed them, because in the wild the sequence always ends with eating. A small meal or treat after play tells your cat's nervous system, hunt complete, needs met, the world is exactly as it should be. That cat who was restless becomes settled. That cat who was bouncing off walls at midnight has completed the loop that needed completing and can now rest. 5 to 10 minutes of real play every single day. Prey-like movement, erratic, unpredictable, moving away from your cat, not toward them, ending always with the catch, always followed by food. That routine is worth more than any toy you have ever bought. Number 2, learn the 5 seconds before the bite. Every cat owner has been bitten, and almost every cat owner says the same thing afterward. It came out of nowhere. Everything was fine, and then suddenly it wasn't, and I have no idea what changed. Here is what actually happened. Your cat told you 4 times, you missed every single one. Cats do not escalate to biting without warning. The warning system is clear and consistent and specific. It is just subtle enough that most owners have never been taught to read it. And once you learn it, once you know what to look for, you will never miss it again. The tail is the first signal. A slow, rhythmic twitch at the tip that was not there 30 seconds ago. Not a wag, a twitch, barely visible, but consistent. The skin is the second signal. A subtle ripple along the spine, like a small shiver moving through the fur. Your cat's nervous system is telling them that the stimulation is building past comfortable. The ears are the third signal. A barely perceptible rotation backward. Not flat, not yet, just slightly back from their neutral position. The eyes are the fourth signal. A slight widening, a change in focus from relaxed to alert. And then if all 4 of those went unnoticed, the 5th signal is the bite. Which means the bite was never the first thing. It was the 5th. And the cat who bites you is a cat who tried to communicate 4 times with a system that was working perfectly. You just did not know the language. Learn the tail, learn the skin, learn the ears, learn the eyes. Stop before they ask you to. Let them come back for more when they are ready. And watch what happens to the frequency of bites in your home when your cat discovers that their signals actually work, that you hear them before the last resort becomes necessary. A cat whose communication works is a cat who never needs to escalate. And number 1, play with your cat every single day, no exceptions. I know, you expected something more surprising, something you had never heard before. But here is why this is number 1. Here is why this is always number 1. Everything else on this list, the bowl, the resources, the greeting, the reading signals, all of it makes your cat's life better. All of it matters. But none of it does what daily play does. Because daily play is the only thing that simultaneously addresses your cat's physical health, their mental health, their emotional regulation, their relationship with you, and their fundamental sense of themselves as capable living creatures. Here is what a cat who does not play looks like. They sleep too much, not the restorative sleep of a cat whose body is recovering from real physical use. The flat, heavy sleep of an animal who has nothing to get up for. They are overweight. Their energy has nowhere to go and the body stores it. They are restless at night because the arousal that should have discharged during a hunt is still still running with nowhere to resolve. They are bored in a way that shows up as destruction or aggression or overgrooming, or just that particular quality of flatness that owners sometimes mistake for a calm personality. That cat is not calm. That cat has given up. And here is what a cat who plays every day looks like. Bright, alert, confident. The cat who meets you at the door because the day has things in it worth being awake for. The cat who sleeps deeply and wakes fully. The cat whose hunting sequence completes every day, who gets to be, for a few minutes out of every 24 hours, exactly what they were built to be. The wallflower cat who hides from everything. Daily play builds confidence that nothing else builds. The bully cat who redirects aggression onto other animals or onto you. Daily play drains the energy that was going somewhere destructive and gives it somewhere productive to go instead. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. A wand, a string, something that moves like prey moves away from them, unpredictably stopping and darting and hiding. Something that ends with a catch, every time, every day. That is the whole thing. That is number one. Because a cat who hunts every day, even in your living room, even for 10 minutes, even with a piece of string attached to a stick, is a cat who knows what they are. A cat who knows what they are is a cat who is confident. A cat who is confident is a cat who trusts. A cat who trusts is the cat you always wanted. All of it from 10 minutes a day. Start tonight. If this changed something, share it. Send it to someone who loves their cat but does not yet know these things. Drop a comment telling me which number are you starting today. Which one did you not know? Because that comment section is where the real conversation happens. And your cat is counting on you to show up for it.